They say that sound never truly dies. It just fades, bouncing off walls until it's too quiet for the human ear to hear. But what if a house with a dark enough history, could trap those sounds? What if the walls of Blackwood Manor weren't just made of brick and mortar, but of every scream, every prayer, and every dying breath ever uttered within them? My name is Elias, and I used to think ghosts were just glitches in the mind, until I moved into the silence that speaks. The letter arrived on a Tuesday, a cold, gray afternoon that smelled of impending rain. It informed me that I was the sole heir to the estate of Silas Vane, a distant uncle I had only met once. The estate was called Blackwood. As a true crime podcaster, I saw this as a golden ticket. A secluded mansion, a mysterious death, and months of isolation to record my next season. I packed my professional microphones, my recorders, and my skepticism. When I first saw the manor, it sat like a rotting tooth in the middle of a blackened forest. The architecture was Victorian, jagged and imposing. The windows looked like hollow eyes, watching my car crawl up the gravel path. The air inside was different. It was thick, static. It felt like walking into a lung that was holding its breath. I set up my studio in the library. Thousands of leather-bound books, smelling of dust and rot. That first night, I did what I always do. I hit record and began to narrate the history of the Vane family. But when I played the audio back, something was wrong. Underneath my voice, there was a scratching sound. At first, I thought it was a mouse, but as I boosted the gain, the scratching turned into a rhythm. Scratch, 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 like fingernails on wood, and then a voice. A thin, papery whisper in an accent I couldn't place, saying only one word. Listen. I spent the next morning searching for the source. Behind the third shelf of the library, I found it, a hidden latch. It led to a room no larger than a closet. There was no furniture, only jars, hundreds of small glass jars lined up on wooden planks. I picked one up, wiping away decades of grime. Inside was a clump of gray hair tied with a black ribbon. The next jar held a single human molar. The third, a fingernail, jagged and bloody at the base. Each jar had a date and a name. I realized then, Silas Vane wasn't just a recluse. He was a collector. But he wasn't collecting objects. He was collecting pieces of people. And as the sun began to set, the house began to wake up.